happy Friday across the galaxy. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network, getting ready for some region manic excitement here. Glad that we can bring everything to you. It should be a fun game. This is a head-to-head matchup right now between the Jonesboro Cardinals and the Whitewater Wildcats. Both of them are 7-2 in the region. This is a showdown for number 1 versus number 2. Who's going to get that 1 seed going into the region tournament here shortly at Stars Mill? Well, let's get ready for player introduction. And here we go. I'll hand it over to our announcers.
Ladies and gentlemen, to Jonesboro. Whitewater Wildcats. Number 1, Javon Jenkins. Number 2, Jonah Harvey. Number 4, Bryson Perkins. Number 10, Zach Leishner. And number 23, Omar Nenge. The Wildcats are coached by Coach Martin, your Whitewater Wildcats. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on your feet. This is where highlight reels are made. This is where we take it to the next level. This is where toughness is mandatory. This is our game. This is our time. This is our house. This is Jonesboro basketball. Number 1, Lord Robinson. Number 2, Quinn Thomas. Number 4, Jed Hall. Number 12, Marcus Dunn. And number 23, Nate Adams. The Cardinals are coached by Coach Melvin. Ladies and gentlemen, your Jonesboro Cardinals.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, getting things started back here. Glad to have everybody with us here on a wonderful Friday night. Starting lineups just announced. This is the Cardinal lineup. We'll eventually get pictures put in there. When we got Dunn, a sophomore start, we got Quentin Thomas, a senior, Laurel Robinson, Jaden Hall, a junior, and Nate Adams. Let's get ready, have a little fun out there here tonight. It's going to be a very fun matchup, to say the least. Whitewater contains the tip, and away we go. We have just seen Whitewater early in the month of January, so it's kind of not necessarily old news, but it's nice to see them. It was a fairly close first half of play, but as the game kind of developed, things kind of spread out a little bit. It does look like Jonesboro's without number 10, Chris Holland. We'll try to get some information on that before our next game against Mount Zion. Went in, unsuccessful. Rebound in Whitewater. Our first time out, we'll talk about some Whitewater players and some keys to the game. Yep. It's poor. We're dealing with some technical issues getting things started here. I'm going to give us some sounds of the game while we get this squared away. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with you right now. You are my, we're going to go to one particular camera. We're going to get some other things set up here, trying to deal with a distance angle. So that's always fun when we have distance as an issue. The band, which is wonderful, always enjoy when the band shows up, but they showed up, so it kind of changed where we normally set our camera up for the past 2 different times. So we're going to be adjusting to that. So we have a court camera now that's showing up and down the court instead of left to right. We'll move that here shortly. Once again, I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network. Glad to have everybody with us here tonight. It's 7-2 Jonesboro versus the 7-2 Whitewater Wildcats, and they're on the board with 2. We'll get the clock all set up here and get things moving. We're a little bit behind, having a little fun getting started. It's always nice to do that and see how things are. When you think he's all set up, go ahead and you start moving back to him, okay? And you got to get your clock set back up. It's almost ready. Nope, look at the clock and the time. Sorry, doing a little multitasking. Nothing wrong with that. Especially when they don't call timeout, we can't do much about that. Here we go. It's a very low-scoring game here. 2 team fouls for Whitewater, 1 for Jonesboro. Roughly, give or take, 5:15 on the clock and counting. We have another game tomorrow night. Quick turnover. Quinn takes it all the way in. Was not able to get the nice roll off the rim. Home tomorrow night against Mount Zion. And we get some timeouts. Jump ball right there. And get a chance to throw some graphics up. Tell you a little bit about what's going on, especially with our sponsorships as well. Not a lot of people here tonight. Hopefully they'll catch it on the good old-fashioned YouTube. When you get a chance, make sure you click to subscribe. Always important in that part. Glad you can be able to do that. Sponsorships running in the bottom left, but we got a new sponsorship board because the new sponsors added. Deep off the mark, 12 done with the rebound. Marquise done. Lowe is trying to find his groove. Missed 3-pointer of the game. Quinn dishes it over to Dunn. Give him 2. Nice way to start it back. Under the halfway mark here in the first quarter, and it is a barn burner of 2-2 here at Jonesboro High School. January 24th, 2020. Mount Zion has nothing but home games remaining before they head back to Stars Mill for the region tournament. Jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound Whitewater. Take it the other way. We are stone cold and no Steve Austin involved here tonight. Outside wise, big money maker. He called backboard and got it. It's a junior, number 23 for, he's a senior actually, Omar. Number 1's the junior. I get 1 and 23 there, the top go-getters here with the Wildcats. Glad everybody can join in with us across the board here, especially up in Ohio. Hope everybody's staying warm. Hopefully the cold weather has passed us. That would be nice. Around the river they go. Spot up 3. No good. Done with the rebound. Over to Lowe, back to Quinn, and let's see what happens. Ooh, got a frog in my throat. He just came out. Here we go. Jaden Hall in the game, number 4 for the Cardinals. Reverse layup. Underneath the basket it goes, and let's give him 2. Tie ball game here, 2 minutes and some change remaining here in the first quarter. Over to Omar. Javon Jenkins, they're going to say no foul. It happened on the ground. What are we talking about here? Total pandemonium. At the end of the quarter, we'll throw our sponsors up, and I want to check with everybody to make sure we're good to go. Here we go. Not too many on the crowd perspective. Deep 3 by number 1. That's Javon Jenkins. Give it to him. We do not want that gentleman to get hot by no means necessary. Big game for Whitewater. They've had some impressive victories over the season, carrying a record 7-2. They got roughly about 8 seniors on the squad. So anything, back out on Jonesboro will be Whitewater basketball. 4-7, about 90 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network. Jonesboro basketball here in their wonderful new gymnasium. Got a multi-camera angle, having a little fun, throwing some scores up there. Eventually we'll throw a little bit more title, but calling the game and pressing buttons, especially in basketball, it's fast moving. We'll wait till a timeout to have a little fun there. Turnover jump shot, no good. Robert Paul, whoo! Oh, goodness gracious. That got a little scary. Going to call a foul on the Whitewater. That was a Robert Paul Minifield connection. Actually, a Nate Adams connection. Minifield's not in the game. When Coach Melman shuffled the decks, boy, did it get me going. We will be live here tomorrow night, 7:30, Mount Zion and Jonesboro. Mr. Rogers missed the first free throw. Let's see if he can make the next. Not a good way to start. Got to be able to make those free throws. We shoot roughly about 65% from the line. Right through the arms, great pass. Got a little scary here. We're at 50 seconds. Our clock got a little off. My producer got a little preoccupied, to say the least. Off the mark, rebound, dishes it way out to Rogers. Goes in for the easy layup, giving 2, tie ball game. I'm confused. 33 seconds to go in the game, or in the half, and they're going to call that. So, hey, with that, we'll get the sponsors out there on the screen. I want to thank that, and I'm going to take a pause here for a second, and I'll be right back with you. All right, back to live action. The good old-fashioned DJ loves to mix it around a little bit, so I don't want any copyright violations. So if he's going to blare it at timeouts, I'm going to go ahead and click it off. Whitewater with the ball. Remaining seconds here in the first quarter. 22 seconds on the ill-advised turnover. Coach Melvin's not happy, neither am I. And then give him an and one in the situation. Give it to him. We'll see if we're able to pick that up here. I do have some nice little replays going on, but don't hold me to it. Probably too much to do at once. I'm just glad to be calling the game. Trying to add replay into this concoction might have me crying in the fetal position. So Mixer, if you want to hit the replay button, feel free to. We can mess with that on that part, but I think it's set at 7 seconds, not 4. So we might have to adjust that. Here we go, remaining 10 seconds in the first quarter of play. 10-7, your Cardinals down by 3. Jumper off the mark. Javon Jenkins going to throw it deep. Oh, goodness, that nearly went in. That nearly went in. That would have been a little bit difficult to see all by itself. All right, so here we go. As the band's playing, I'll let the band play on for a little bit. While we look at that, we can look at their top players. 2 players to really look at. Sorry, got a little instant replay issue. We're back to reality. Sorry for that. Hopefully we didn't mess up too many things in that situation. But while we do that, we'll go ahead. Well, we'll get it taken care of here eventually. 8 minutes on the clock here for the second quarter of play. I am what we call just happy to be here. Doesn't matter what we do. Sometimes we get ourselves in the way. I do enjoy the band's energy. We have not seen them in 3 games. Quick turnover. Rogers with the turnover out to Bowden. Quinn off the mark. Robert Paul, good box out, allowing Jaden Hall to get the rebound. Reach in foul. Going to be the 5th team foul on Whitewater right now. And one thing, you know, I keep trying to hope to talk about, you know, keys to the game. When we talk about that, to me, when you really think about keys to game, I think about defense, transition points, and playing Jonesboro basketball. Always nice to talk about the keys to the game. Good three-pointer by the number 4 junior, Jaden Hall, for the Cardinals. 4 games remaining here in this regular season. Mount Zion tomorrow night, and then we got 3 next week at home. Warner Robins, followed by McIntosh, and then Stars Mill. Right here you get to see the region standings. Pretty interesting setup. Stars Mill has the region tournament. Misses the first. We'll see what happens with the second. Ten to 11 here early in the second quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network, bringing you some fun entertainment courtesy of Clayton County, Georgia, and Jonesboro High School versus the Whitewater Wildcats. Roger goes in the lane, unsuccessful. Another rebound by Whitewater. I don't want to call this a must win, but we need to win this game. That is very important to do that. That loss last Saturday against Fayette County really kind of put us behind the 8 ball a little bit just to see what's going to happen. And, you know, and from an overall perspective, you look at what Fayette County's been able to do and put together, not Fayette County, but what Whitewater's been able to do to put together, hats off to them, hands down. Had a very successful week so far. Pushes it inside. Quick rebound. Not a lot of points have been scored here today. Fouls aplenty, 9 total 5 on Jonesboro, 4 on Whitewater. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network, bringing you some Jonesboro basketball. January 20 dish inside. Mr. Bowden Jr. will go to the line, a sophomore, to shoot 2 to even up the fouls across. I'm not a fan of bonus, especially when it's still about 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Misses the first. Let's see what happens with the second. Able to get that roll to come in, tying the ball game up at 11. The Lady Cardinals were able to get a good victory over the Lady Wildcats earlier at the 6 o'clock game. Won roughly by 4 points or 8 points, 58-50. Good number to end on, hence the whole Score 58 network. Quinn Thomas, I'm surprised they didn't call a charge foul. Dishes back out to Rogers. Rogers going to say, hey, let's reset and see what happens. Night and day a little bit from last Tuesday's night game against Riverdale to where we are now in the sense of the amount of crowd. Everybody loves a new thing until it becomes an old thing. Trying to feed it all the way in. No good. Foul on Whitewater. Jonesboro go to the line to shoot 2. Hopefully you're enjoying our shots, courtesy of Robert Wright from the court perspective up top, left to right by Nate Robinson, mixing it by Brandon Bedford. I'm the only person allowed just to call the game. That's why I don't get paid the big bucks. Here we go. Missed the second, 12-11. He takes it coast to coast. Number 3, Andre King, a senior for Whitewater, said, hey, I'll take the ball and I'll get the layup. 13-12, got to get back on defense. That was one of our keys to the game. Back out to Quinn, all the way up at the top with Mr. Rogers and his neighborhood. Quinn, jump shot from top of the key, rattles it in for 2. Great effort, 14-13, and back and forth we go here at the halfway mark of the second quarter. The band will be performing at halftime, and we'll let the music play so you can hear the band. Sit back and enjoy. Sorry for my silence. Around the river bend we go. Javon for Whitewater with the basketball. Back inside they go. Going to call a jump ball. Jonesboro basketball on the jump. 14-13, 3 and some change remaining here in the second quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58. We'll be live here tomorrow night against Mount Zion. Please come on out and enjoy yourself. Game time's at 7:30. First game's going to be, and it's an all-day affair between the 9th grade, the JV, and the varsity. It will be a long day for those individuals that are going to be here. Good hustle by Dunn, actually by Bowden, number 15. Deep 3, didn't call Banks, so didn't get it. Rogers with the rebound. Back out to Hall. Going to call a foul, not a charge, but a foul. Jaden will go to the line to shoot 2. Great effort across the board for Jonesboro. get a little space here in the second quarter. If you're seeing some technical issues, we're dealing with distance. So we'll see what we can do about fixing that here, start of the second half. Jaden gets the first. Going for his second here, 3 minutes and counting remaining in the second quarter. He makes them both 19-13. Sorry for my silence. I'm watching the game, trying to monitor the conditions of the camera. Inside to number 23, Omar. He tries to push it up. No foul is called. Able to increase the lead possibly to 8 here with 2 and some change remaining in the second quarter. Whitewater down 19-13. Jonesboro leading by 6. Looking to push to 8, possibly 9 with the three-pointer. Robinson dishes it back out to Quinn. He's going to take a deep 3, and he drains it. So, hey, let's just go to 9, just like we called it. Nice indeed, nice indeed. And away we go. 2 minutes on the good old-fashioned clock here at Jonesboro High School. Glad to have you with us. Hope you have a great weekend. Rebound. Nate. Wide open layup missed by Robinson. Coach Melman just shaking his head as he walks back and down from the court. Javon gives it over to Omar. Omar's trying to look. Top of the key from a three-point range. No good. Got a foul on Bowden. He's a sophomore, so he's young. He was just trying to get bodies, and he ripped his arm a little bit too hard into the Whitewater player. Everybody's in the bonus, so hey, go to the line to shoot 2. Jonesboro's up by 9. Good spacing. Makes the first, 22-14. We will be adjusting the cameras at halftime to increase the jumpiness. Makes both of them, pushes the lead to 7. About 90 seconds on the clock in counting. No football this weekend, getting ready for the big game next Sunday. While we wait, we have good old-fashioned basketball. Probably watch a little Zion Williams when I get to go home tonight. See how he's doing with his second game with the Pelicans. Good block, good effort coming back in by Nate Adams. Not able to put it up. It's going to be out on Jonesboro. Whitewater basketball. Got a lot of exciting things coming up in the month of February. 4Score58 network between the quick steal by Robinson. Takes it coast, gets it in the goal. That's the way to use the backboard there, number 1. They weren't paying attention, so he went ahead and sold their lunch money and ate their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. He's thinking about the 3. He decides to dribble up, making a more opportune shot. 2's going to go way downtown, off the mark. Nate grabs it, and away we go. 25 seconds in counting. 24-15, able to take a double-digit lead here if we can get a basket and hold them to 0. Look like we're waiting for the last shot. Jaden pushes it all the way out to Quinn, and boom, 8 seconds, you got to go. That's the hardest thing to do. 5, 4. Off his hands, goodness gracious. Then we're going to call a foul for a reach-in. 0.4 seconds and we're going to get a foul. That's a little frustrating. We would listen to the band at half. And we will adjust the camera as well. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network. Glad to have everybody with us here tonight. We'll do our best to get this camera situation taken care of. We understand your patience, and we'll get things moving. He makes the first, 24-16. As Coach Melman sits on the end of the bench, looking for free hugs at this point. Makes the second, 24-17. What turned deep. No good. And with that, we'll take a 24-17 lead into the halftime. We'll be back here in 10 minutes. Let's listen to some band. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the second half of Jonesboro basketball. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network. Hopefully we've got the old technical issues taken care of. Always nice to move the camera around the gymnasium as we go. So if you're looking confused and, hey, weren't we on the other end? Yes, we're trying to get a better signal based on that we run everything from a Wi-Fi perspective. Here we go. It's a 24-17 ball game. Very important game for both teams, but I think realistically more important for the Whitewater Wildcats. They want that 1 seed bye. We have a total of 2 remaining region games after this. Whitewater takes the tip. They're in the black. Jonesboro in the white. Omar tries to push it up. Back out we go. Number 23, Omar, for Whitewater. I'll make sure I say the names, not thinking that we've joined with number 23, Omar for Jonesboro. Jonesboro basketball with the tip in. Glad to have everybody with us here on a wonderful Friday night. Hopefully the rain has stopped at least for a day. I saw 2 squirrels and 2 possums going side by side down the road. I got a little nervous. First shot of the second half by Jonesboro, no good. In and out of the rim we go. Whitewater takes it back up the court, looking to set their offense up. Tell you one thing, if they're able to hit any type of three-pointer here, it's a whole different ball game. It's only a 7-point game here early in the third quarter. Floater in, number 2, Johanna Harvey for Whitewater. Low, number 1 for Jonesboro's, taking it up from the point guard position. Around the river bend we go. Should have been a walk right there. Going to call a jump ball. Still Jonesboro basketball. Jonesboro was able to recover after the not so nice loss. Deep 3 by Quinn. He'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot 3. I enjoy a 4-point play much more than I do a 3, but beggars can't be choosers. I think that's the saying. Not necessarily sure based on that it's Friday. But most importantly, after the overtime loss against Fayette County, Jonesboro rebounded with a 2-point victory over Morgan County and a decisive victory over the Stars Mill Panthers, who have not won a game, but Stars Mill on senior night for the Panthers, they came to play. And it was definitely a close game all the way to right around halfway through the third quarter. We were able to gain a lead. He makes 1 out of 3, 26-29 here in the third quarter of play. Not even close to the basket right there. Hit the back of the backboard, no rim whatsoever. I do enjoy when Jonesboro comes to my side of the court. I can see things a little bit better compared to being so far away. I have toe socks on tonight. We might get an oh, goodness gracious, it's going to be a offensive foul. One of those moving picks that just took out both number 23 for Jonesboro, Nate Adams, and looks like number 4, Perkins, a captain for Whitewater. But I do enjoy my toe socks. And wearing socks with deep 3 by Javon. Off the mark. Good double pump by number 23 from Whitewater, and he's able to get it in. 26-21, and it is a close game here. We took our first loss in the new gymnasium last Saturday. I was not liking to see that. I could not tell you the last time Jonesboro lost at home. Not that I'm willing to bring up sore or sour grapes. You can have sour grapes too. I mean, I believe that. But I think it's more sour grapes than anything. We'll be live here tomorrow night in the non-region but county matchup. Mount Zion comes to play the Jonesboro Cardinals at 7:30 is tip-off. Mount Zion boys are not necessarily really good this year, so it'll be a test because one thing I feel like we do, meaning here at Jonesboro, is we play sometimes to our opponents. We have not been able to have that killer instinct and take them away, and it's mainly because maybe to the point that we're just not that good in the sense of being able to play defense and play offense. And when we go, if I talk enough garbage about my team, they'll show me up, and I do appreciate that. I'll continue to talk garbage as much as I can. That's always a plus. I do appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Always nice to have viewership here on a Friday night. Does make me feel like I'm alone. When we first started this whole venture of airing games, I can remember a couple times I'd have two people on there, and both of them are from Ohio. So it's nice to know that we get a little bit more people watching than that. They're going to call a charge. Finally, Mr. Adams is able to get that offensive foul. Jonesboro basketball. 29-21, an 8-point lead, almost halfway through the third. Deep pass, not going to get it. Ill-advised turnover. He is okay. You almost have to perfect passes like that on a day-in, day-out basis. Halfway mark coming up here in the third quarter. Eastern Standard Time, it's 8:34 for those people on the Hawaiian coast. The old, I have too much time on my hands, not necessarily the point anymore. Mr. Jenkins from Whitewater going to go down south. Unable to get it, but Whitewater's able to get a rebound. Number 2 is going to push it in. Javon, another charge. Give Nate Adams 2 of them. Not one, but 2 of them. Nice indeed, to say the least. What you need. No, don't worry about the replay. Because I've already, it's fine. I keep removing the mouse. I'm trying to figure out where that's at. You're good. I got you doing 2 things. We need that third ghost here to do that. We just want to make sure certain things work. Dishes it over. Robinson to Nate. Nate gets it blocked. Big number 10 for Whitewater, if I'm not mistaken. 6'4", Zach. Outside, he finally is able to connect. That's number 11 for Whitewater. C.J. Sims pulls him within 5 here. 3 minutes and some change remaining. They're trying to keep it close going into the fourth quarter. Both teams with a 7-2 region record going to decide possibly the seeding going into the tournament. And the key thing is, if you get that first seed, all the way into the pickle barrel he goes. And Quinn says, hey, that's good to go indeed. With that, we'll throw up the sponsors. I want to thank all our sponsors. We've added some new ones out there, so you get a chance to take a look at it. And if you haven't had a chance to look on the courts, all 4 corners have been filled up, but we have this whole top wall ready to get filled up. So thank you for everything that you do for Jonesboro basketball. (31-24) here in the third quarter. Closing minutes. We have 3 minutes left on the clock. We'll be back here tomorrow night against Mount Zion. Probably bring a little bit more on the old bells and whistles categories. We'll see how much I have in my tank. Being an old man is my key and claim to fame. Whitewater basketball, they go in for the inbounds. If they're able to connect a couple of threes here, we're going to have a little trouble going into the fourth. Feel like a 5-second call. Oh, he walked, and they didn't call it. He picked up that pivot foot, it looked like. 23, he muscles his way in there and gets that basket. Once again, Whitewater within 5, out of bounds, it should be Whitewater basketball, and it is. Off Nate Adams' foot. The coaching staff for Jonesboro in the gray. It's not a black and white world. You have to enjoy the beauty of gray, and that's what Coach Melman and his staff is portraying tonight. Speaking of gray, have you had a chance to check out the Brooklyn Nets basketball court? And that is bananas. A nice gray tint. Messes my brain up every time I'm watching it. They're going to get that, what you can't pick up your pivot foot and walk around. What are these rules that they keep coming up with? 2 minutes and some change here in the third quarter. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network. Bringing you some Jonesboro basketball. Deep pass. Rumbling, stumbling. And he pushes it up and almost gets it in for an and one. I'll tell you one thing, they definitely have saw something that they like and say, hey, I'll take him one-on-one and we'll throw it deep and see what happens. You just never know. Quinn will go to the line to shoot 2. This is his Whitewater's 6th team foul. 32-26 is your score. Jonesboro leading by 6. About to get into the bonus before the fourth quarter even comes. He's able to hit both. Great job, 33-26. Pushes that lead to 7 right at the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Region play at hand, getting ready for the Stars Mill Region Tournament in 2 weeks. Should be a lot of fun bringing that action. I'm hoping for the number 1 seed, because if you get the number 1 seed, you automatically get a bid to the state playoffs, and that's a plus. Going to call another. Oh, they just calling a walk. Great job. I felt like he saw Nate Adams sitting there, and he was like, I don't. Okay, I got to dribble. And boom, a walk is called. Everybody would be very proud of me. I drove past Krispy Kreme today and did not stop. I don't know if I'm going to be that lucky tomorrow. I feel like the dozen donuts are in my future, even though I am able to get some working out in. Oh, my goodness. Nate was trying to push it up there. Number 2-3, a junior, 6'4", all skin and bones. If I could put a level of meat on him, when you're 6'4" and you're 170 pounds, we got to be around 190. Got to get some meat on that bone, get him in a weight room. This new weight room here at the Jonesboro Gymnasium is probably something he needs and should want. Robert Paul, number 34, and Jaden Hall misses both. The junior, Nate's got to make those free throws. 33-26, 7-point ball game. He tried to connect. Back over to CJ. And CJ Sims nails his second three-pointer of the game. Look at me remembering names. Somebody call your friends and neighbors. We have a close game. 4 points heading into the old fourth quarter. Look to see what we possibly might stay for the final shot here, but I'm all about making sure we shoot. Quinn, deep three, off the mark, hit the side of the barrel. The iron was not kind at all in that situation. If I'm Whitewater, I'm giving it to number 11, hoping. And the and one gave a shove by Robert Paul. And just like that, they're going to be within 1 point going into the fourth quarter. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Around we go. Where we stop. Right now we will say very quickly the other way we go. Have a chance to tie it up, possibly take the lead with the deep three. Javon misses it. 2-point lead going into the fourth. I'm Bowman Michael with Score 58 Network. And just like that, we'll listen to the band for a minute or two. All right, back to play we go. They're doing that famous call for all students that have not had a chance to call for their ride. Please do that. 33-31. If you're listening to this, you don't have to worry about calling your ride. You're not here. So let's not worry about that. 33-31. Kind of shocked how things have changed here in, and I really go to it with the three-pointer and the three-point plays, the and ones by Whitewater. The only thing that really has our advantage right now is the 7 points or the 7 fouls and the bonus that Jonesboro can do right now. Every time they get fouled, they're going to go to the free throw line. So that's a plus, and we still have 4 to give. Close game here in region play this matchup. 2-7-2 teams turnover Jonesboro. Whitewater basketball. Actually, no, just out on Jonesboro. Still remains Whitewater basketball. Just like that, and one. Oh, goodness me. They can draw within 1 right now. Good effort by number 23 for the Whitewater Wildcats. He'll go to the line to shoot. We're about 3 weeks shy of the state tournament, 2 weeks away from region play. I'm glad to have everybody with us here on a great Friday night, January 24th. And get that stuff out of here, the Wildcats of Whitewater says. 35-34, and we are in to a very interesting game. No ill-advised shots at this point. Back out we go. Robinson, a floater. Misses it off the rim. Appreciate Dunn not having an ill-advised foul. Quick strip out on Jonesboro, Whitewater basketball. 35-34, 6:34. It's been several moons since I would even think a back-to-back loss from home would be in play. Over the back they go, and they're going to call the foul. He did reach right over the top of him. And number 12, our sophomore, Marquise Dunn, will go to the line to shoot 2. And that's the 3rd team foul of the night for Jonesboro. For number 23. Should be very close, to say the least. I don't want to say these are must-make free throws, but let's make them. And he gets the first one. Good pressure from Mr. Dunn. to handle that type of free throw, but he got the nice roll, to say the least. Let's see if he can make it 100%. The answer is no. He barely got the first one, to be honest with you, but I was giving him more than he got. 36-34, looking for his shot. CJ Sims misses it, probably should have shot it, felt it to begin with, and stepped up to get a little bit better range. Jonesboro in the bonus. Whitewater is definitely over their foul limitations. We could see some timeouts here. 6 minutes on the clock. And we're going to burn some time in the old passing. Rogers from down south, and let's give him 3. Nice. Increases the lead to 5 with 5:50 on the clock. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network, bringing you Jonesboro basketball region play. Anything you can do. I missed the front iron of that one. CJ, you got to get it in the basket if you're going to shoot it that far back from the three-point line. Here we go, 39-34. And around the river bend they go. Robinson still looking for his shot. Passes over to Quinn, back to Rogers. If I'm Rogers, I'm shooting it up again just because I made my other three-pointer. Good dish. Over to Jaden. Thought that ball was about to get snagged. They're going to call a quick timeout. With that, we'll throw our sponsorships up there. And before we do that, hey, we'll remind everybody, you get a chance, subscribe to our to our YouTube page. I'm tired. I got to refocus. Kick that subscribe button, hit that bell anytime we have a Jonesboro basketball game or anything else in the world. You'll know it. Going back to our sponsors right now. Thank you for everything that you do for Jonesboro basketball. Going to be a very interesting region matchup, kind of seeing where everybody's playing and seeing what it's going to be. When you look at this region standings, it's coming down. We cannot slip up. That 2 and 3 and 1 seed's very close. Everybody else shuffles down to that 4 and 5 and 2 and 5 range. I don't think Riverdale and Stars Mill really keeps up with their stats. Well, I think Stars Mill does, but I definitely don't think Riverdale does. All right. Back to action we go. Looking for the inbounds play. I'm Bo McMichael with Score 58 Network. Just glad to have you with us here tonight. January 24th, 2020. Oh, left-hander coming in. He hopped, skipped, and jumped in with Robinson. Great floater off the back, increases the lead to 7. 41-34, almost at that halfway mark here in the fourth quarter with 4 minutes remaining. Big game here for both teams. Who wants it more? My vote is the Cardinals of Jonesboro. Rogers all the way down, keeps control, giving 2 more. And just like that, we've got a 9-point lead here in the fourth quarter. We'll see how Whitewater responds to this quick 4-point turnaround. Deep 3 off the iron. He's throwing his shoulder. How you blowing the whistle? You got to swallow that whistle, Mr. Ref. Goodness. Has the video footage been better this second half once we move the camera? Good. I love when I do break the third wall and start talking to people right next to me, which is ill-advised in the whole world, but hey. 4th team foul for Jonesboro. We're about to be on the double bonus for Jonesboro if Whitewater gets another foul. And we foul him again. Keep your hands up. He's just a youngin'. Number 12, Marquise Dunn. He's 6'4", 200 pounds. All that and a bag of chips at 6'4". Yeah, 200 pounds. He puts another 10 pounds on him. He's going to be able to stand straight up with his hands raised. That's his 4th team foul. One more, and he will go home and take a nap. Omar, number 23 for Whitewater, a senior, makes the first, looking to make the second. Both teams are in the bonus. Jonesboro about to head into the double bonus. Do appreciate the band coming out. They always bring a nice little energy about themselves. Rebound, Robinson. He makes 1 out of 2. And away we go. Around the river bend. Over to Quinn. Through the woods to grandmother's house we go. I would love some snow here in about a month. All the way in. Count it. And 1. Like it. Love it. Put it in my back pocket. Save it for later. Great job, Lorenzo Robinson. Go to the line to increase the lead to 11 points. Let's make that basket. Drains it. (46-35). Floater off the side. In we go again. They're going to come down because they said, hey, we're in the bonus. Could be the double bonus, the BB. Somebody might think it's Big Brother up on the board, but it's just BB. Hey, if you hadn't had a chance to check out my Stardom, go online to YouTube, look under a wife swap. Had an opportunity to participate in that reality show. Quite entertaining. Look under McMichael, do a search. Toot my own horn, wasn't that bad of an experience. Definitely wouldn't do it again, but wasn't a bad experience at all. He's able to hit both. Increases the lead to 11 points again, 48-37, under halfway mark here in the fourth quarter. About to hit the 3-minute mark. Everybody's in the they're in the double bonus. Double bonus is just Jonesboro at this time. Deep 3. Going to call. Oh, they're going to go 48-40, looking for double pressure. Outside they go. 8-point lead here. You do want to play defense right here and see if you can get a stop. I think if they can get within 6. There's the turnover. That's what they were looking for. Fell on the ground. It's going to be a walk. You can't cover the ball. You just want to pick it up and hand it over to your neighbor. Speaking of neighbors, I hope you get a chance to see Mr. Rogers. That was an excellent show with Tom Hanks. Adams dishes it out to Jaden. We're at 2:30 on the clock. 8-point lead. Definitely can't turn the ball over right now. Don't want to turn the ball over. We are playing hot potato. Who wants it? Number 10 for Whitewater. Faces it out. Ill-advised. Not able to connect on an easy. Almost. All the way up. Top of the backboard. It'll be Jonesboro basketball. 2-minute mark, 48-40. We'll be live here at 7:30 tomorrow. Finally, give me 2, 10-point lead, 50-40. Almost sitting at the 90-second mark. Excuse me for the cough. I will eventually buy me a cough button. If they can get within 8, I think that they're going to probably call a timeout. This gets them within 7. No good. Rebound Jonesboro. Rogers taking it all the way up. Resetting. We are almost under a minute here, 10-point lead. Great effort from Whitewater across the board. I do believe the two teams, Fayette County and Whitewater, will be the deciding forces on who's going to challenge Jonesboro for their back-to-back region title. They did win the region last year, beat Fayette County and Griffin. Great effort from Robinson out to Rogers. We're under a minute. They finally going to get a foul here and go to the line to shoot 2. getting a technical. I do believe he grabbed Quinn's hair. That's what I'm feeling like the technical went. One of these days we'll mic the refs and get a shotgun mic. Just never know when that's going to be the case. Rogers shoots the first. Might be just an intentional foul. Nothing more than that. Increase the lead to 12, 52-40, 54 seconds remaining. Okay. So what they did was they called a foul. There was a foul on Rogers, but then a tech on Jonesboro. He's not able to hit both. Let's see if he can hit the second. He missed the first. And he gets the second. As he looks over to the band did everything they could to maybe stop him from making the shot. Just wasn't happening. Whitewater's basketball down by 11. Under 1 minute remaining. Glad everybody could be with us. Thank you so much for joining in. We will be live tomorrow night at 7:30. Great effort. He's going to call a timeout. The old, hey, it's not over till anybody sings with a 9-point lead. Jonesboro gets a timeout as well. And everybody gets that opportunity to get a chance. But most importantly, region tournament starting up at Stars Mill in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, right around Valentine's weekend on a Friday night, my guess is that's where we'll be. That's a rough way, mainly for the fact that my wife's birthday and Valentine's Day is on February 14th. Yes, I knocked that one out of the park. Speaking of birthdays, happy birthday to one Larry Christopher McMichael out there. He turns a whopping 21 years of age. He is my dad. And I wanted to wish him a happy birthday as well. Wasn't able to hang out with him tonight on his birthday. I'm down here calling this game. We'll see him on Sunday. Spend a little time with him on his birthday then. Drive him crazy. Way outside we go. In we go. Whistle's just blowing left and right. 30 seconds remaining. 9-point ball game. I'm so confused. 2 and 2 shots. They did foul Nate Adams. Nate will go to the line to shoot 2. If I get a chance to look at his shooting percentage from the free throw line, I'm guessing it's not that great. That's why he was the one that got fouled. But take that for percentages. Get it in the basket. Going for the second. Let's see what happens. Second. 54-43, 11-point ball game. Dunn and Nate switch it out. We'll see what happens here with remaining 30 seconds. Deep three, he just chunks it up. Off the mark, Robinson. Now we're just fouling a foul. So it's just by the numbers right now. We do appreciate everybody joining. Thank you so much for your sponsorship here at Jonesboro High School. Come out tomorrow night if you hadn't had a chance to see. But, hey, we got a chance on Tuesday against Warner Robins. We got a chance on Friday against the McIntosh Chiefs, or Saturday, senior day, turned from night to day. It's going to be a 2 o'clock tip-off, if I'm not mistaken. New time is maybe a 2:30 tip-off. Could be a 1 o'clock game for the girls, 2:30 for the boys. It's all a blur at this point. I have to go back and check. He's able to hit 1 out of 2, 55-43, and that's going to be about it here. Running the clock as we go. Deep three. No good. Put back. 10-point lead. Let's not foul. I know you want to keep the game and the score fairly close. 10-point lead here. Go to the line to shoot 2. Glad to have everybody with us. Take care of yourselves tonight. Enjoy the remaining part of your Friday. And we'll be back with you live on Saturday evening with bells on. Makes the second. Makes the first. Looking to make the second. I might grab me another announcer. Bring a little bit more tech to the game. Maybe free throw percentages of each person up to the free throw line. Counting down. Thank you so much for joining us here at Score 58 Network. Appreciate everybody here. Good job, Cardinals, improving to 8-2, 8-2. Sole possession of first place. Be safe, take care of yourself, and good night.